Welcome back to Stepfamily Saturdays with your Stepfamily guides. We're here to lead you through the everyday challenges of your stepfamily journey. With me today are my fellow stepfamily guides, Amelia and Amy, and we are going to dive into the discussion of focusing on yourself as the stepmom. What is your self-care plan? How do you take care of you first and foremost so that you can be present to take care of your family? So in the first 8 episodes, we really focus on external relationships, your relationship with your partner, relationship with biomom, relationship with your stepkids. And now we want to turn those tables and put the focus back on you so that you can be your best self. So why is this important? Let's talk about it.
Amelia, you brought something up, so jump in first.
Yes, we were having a quick discussion about self-care. Obviously, it's important to take care of ourselves for many reasons, but I was saying to the ladies here that the word self-care can sometimes just make me feel really anxious and irritable sometimes, because as a busy mom, an entrepreneur, I don't always have time for self-care. I don't always have time to, do all the things I would love to do. So one thing that I have started doing and suggesting to clients is mapping out just a very small amount of time every day. So I'm not even talking half an hour, I'm talking like 5 minutes. If you can just promise yourself 5 minutes a day of whether it's to pick up a book, if you enjoy reading, whether it's, doing your makeup, probably takes longer than 5 minutes, but, going for a walk, even just sitting outside and having a coffee, whatever it is that you enjoy doing, journaling, whatever, talking on the phone with a girlfriend, but making that promise to yourself and keeping that promise to yourself, because I think that's the main one. And when you can learn to do that every day, it just becomes a habit, and then you can kind of bump up the time and until you have that half hour or 45 minutes every day that you're committing to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's so important to give ourselves that little bit of space to make sure that we can do the things that fulfill our needs, so that we can be present and show up for the rest of our loved ones and be our best self when we do show up.
It's also a chance to release the negative feelings that we sometimes have bottled up. Let's face it, we're moms, we get resentful sometimes that we're on the bottom rung of the ladder of the to-do list. So if you give yourself that time to just unwind, recharge, whatever we want to call it, it gives you that opportunity to let go of that negative energy in your body so you're not so resentful. And then you're not snapping at people about little things that won't matter in 5 minutes, 5 days, 5 weeks from now. So giving yourself, that whole why thing of mental health. I mean, we talk about this on a national thing too, like everybody's got to start taking better care of their mental health so that our physical health is better too. So there's so many whys. We could go through, a litany of lists just for that.
You brought up such an important piece of this, Amy, is that moms are on the bottom rung. But the real big question is, why are we on the bottom rung? Why are we last in the order of things that need to be done and taken care of? And I honestly believe we put ourselves there, and we do it because we want to put our children first, our spouse first, our career first. We have so many competing priorities in our life that we end up moving our self-care, our needs down to the bottom of the list until it is the bottom rung. And that's what we have to stop doing. We have to start saying no, because if I'm not at my best, I can't show up at my best for my job, for my family, for, my friends, whatever it is. So we have to reverse that order, as counterintuitive as it might feel. So what are some of the things you guys do for self-care? What resonates for you? It's different for everybody. The idea of self-care is different for everybody. So let's give some ideas of different self-care tools that can be used.
Go ahead, Amelia. You mentioned a few.
Honestly, I enjoy some good old reality TV. That is something that I look forward to, and I make sure that I make time for it. Maybe it's only 10 or 15 minutes before I go to bed, but it's something that I like. in the summer, in the warmer months here, I'm in Ontario, Canada, so it's not always warm. But in the warmer months, I love to get up early in the morning and go have my coffee outside on the front porch and read a book. If I could do that every day, I would love it. But it's a little chilly when it's cold. So yeah, reading and some just mindless television is always fantastic.
I love that. I love that. What about you, Amy?
When our kids were young, this is going to sound silly, but when our kids were young, I would tell my husband, okay, it's been a stressful day. I'm going to take an extra 10 minutes in the shower because that's my release time. That's my relaxed time is, long hot shower. And when you're a mom, you take really fast showers so you can get in, get out, get done because you got to, do the next thing. So that was one of my favorite escapes is just to close the bathroom door, close the shower curtain, and just be in my peace and quiet and listen to the water for a while. I love to read outside. Central Ohio, that's hit and miss some days here too. TV, yeah, I'll watch mindless TV sometimes and crochet because that's where I kind of lose myself in projects like that too. So crafting, anything that I can use my creativity to kind of step away from the have tos and I get to do my want tos or my fun things.
I love that. Having fun is so important. So I know for me, I love to meditate. I love to exercise. Taking walks outside and soaking in the sunshine, which we have an abundance of in sunny Southern California. I love to read. And then lately I got into, for creativity, making those oversized big chunky knit blankets with yarn.
Yeah.
And I have just been obsessed with it. And I found a whole nother side of myself when I started doing that. Of course, my children think I'm crazed, but they're getting the benefits of many more blankets, so they're not complaining. But you should see the piles of yarn in my home now. So, but yeah, I think it's fun to try new things as well as part of self-care because you don't know what side of yourself you're going to discover or bring back to the surface that you didn't realize you were repressing. And so, and that's what, creating these blankets has done for me, is brought out a different side of creativity. So.
Sorry, go ahead, Amy.
Oh, I was just going to say, the underlying thing of all of this, and I remember when our kids were little, there was that mom guilt. My neighbor and I had joined an exercise place just down the road, and because we were both, multiple kids, and we were like, we got to get back in shape. So, but then when we'd leave, I felt guilty, well, I'm taking an hour. And I was like, wait a minute, I need this hour, and the exercising definitely makes a huge difference, but that mom guilt, I was teaching a workshop one time, and one of the assignments was, okay, you need to write down what you're going to do for self-care, and then you need to do it over the next week, and then come back the following week, we're going to talk about it. So I was holding them accountable. This poor woman starts crying in the middle of my workshop, and I'm like, what is wrong? And she's like, but if I'm taking care of myself, I'm not taking care of my kids. I'm not spending my time with them. And she was a mess. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. And it was interesting to watch the other moms go, no. We need this. And we're going to go home and we're going to tell our husbands we were assigned to take an hour.
It's so true. And that guilt is what causes us to put ourselves lower and lower on the list of priorities. But the sad part is then we start to build resentments, right? Mm-hmm. We're not taking care of ourselves. And not only are we building resentments, but we're not showing up as our best selves for anybody. And then it's just a vicious cycle that perpetuates over and over again. So our challenge, if I can be so bold to put this out there, is to have each of you just start just 1 5-minute activity a day that you can start to form a habit. I don't care if it's 5 minutes of reading. I don't care if it's just 2 pages in the book, or going outside and just soaking in whatever sunshine you have in your area and taking deep breaths, or coming up with a fun creative craft to try, or giving a meditation a try. There's so many options out there, and what it looks like doesn't really matter. You find what works best for you. But please go find 5 minutes, penciled in on your calendar if you have to, and start to take care of yourself so that you can take care of those that are important to you.
And the other thing I just wanted to add there was when we can put ourselves first, we're also teaching our children really great habits, right? We're showing our daughters and our sons, you know, this is what it looks like to put yourself first, and, you know, you are number one. So I think, yeah, we're also giving, we might be taking time for ourselves, but we're also giving a lesson to our kids, which is going to be good for them to carry on throughout their lives.
Oh my gosh, that's such an incredibly valuable point, Amelia. I can't stress enough what modeling for children will do for them as they become young adults themselves. That's so valuable.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that we collectively have had tons of feedback from clients and others reaching out, you know, asking about self-care and talking about self-care and really looking for guidance in where to start and how to do it. So we collectively came together and put together another survival guide, the Stepmotherhood Reboot Survival Guide. And this is all about focusing on yourself, resetting, and getting that fresh start that I think as moms, we so often feel we need. We've all had those days where it's like we feel like monster mom because we're yelling and snapping and barking orders and do this and don't do that and no, no, no. And man, how good would it feel to just take that moment and take a deep breath and calm down and reset yourself so that you can be the person that you want to be with your children and have the relationships you're looking to have with them. So if this interests you, if this sounds like you and you're looking for, you know, a reset on how you're feeling about yourself and who you're being, then we encourage you to head over to our website, the stepfamilyguides.com, and take a look at the Stepmotherhood Reboot Survival Guide. There's so much value in there. I can't even remember all of the different tools and strategies, but I do know it includes a meditation and walks you through several different types of exercises to help you recenter and look at what are those top priorities in your life. What are your main goals? What are you looking to accomplish and achieve? So any other thoughts or things to share with those watching ladies?
No, I love the fact that you're going to end it with, you know, we're challenging everybody to put themselves up on the up a few rungs on the ladder, because it's just so important that we do that for ourselves, for our family, you know, and it's not shameful to take care of yourself. It's important to do that. So I love that you put the challenge out there, and we all need to make sure that we're doing that together too.
Yes, yes. And reach out to us, you know, shoot us a message on Instagram or Facebook and let us know what you're doing for your self-care. Share with us. We want to encourage this conversation among moms and stepmoms, excuse me, and we want to be there to support you. So if you're like, man, I can't find 5 minutes, reach out to one of us. Let us help you figure out how to do that, or come up with fun, creative, crazy ideas on, you know, things that you can do or try and see how it goes. You can join us at Step Family Guides on both Instagram and Facebook. And like we said, we want to have you part of the conversation. So join us there, and join us every Saturday for more Stepfamily Saturday conversations, where we deep dive into all of the hot topics related to navigating the daily challenges of step family life. Have a great day.